In case you somehow missed it, Dead by Daylight has changed a lot over the past year, and no, I'm not talking about the gameplay. Behavior Interactive had focused on strictly horror representation since Dead by Daylight's release in 2016, but within the past year released new killers from Dungeons & Dragons, Castlevania, and Tokyo Ghoul. While you could argue they fall into the horror genre in ways they aren't specifically horror, and this got me thinking about what other killers we could end up seeing that may not immediately fall into that horror category, but could be terrifying to come face to face with. Today's video will be going over a few iconic characters that I think can make interesting killers in game, and while there are many iconic horror characters still missing from the game, this will be staying away from them to talk about other possibilities. The first killer that I think could be a terrifying force to come across in the dark mist would be Darth Vader from Star Wars. Coming from a galaxy far, far away and hearing his breathing while working on a generator or just seeing in the distance his lightsaber light up could get your heart racing as you feel powerless to escape. I could imagine him being able to throw his lightsaber or hook you by carrying you with the Force. I also think it would be cool to get an iconic map like the Death Star in the game. Darth Vader is far removed from the horror genre, but I think many people could see him working well in game with how feared he is throughout the galaxy. The next character, while slightly related to horror but was more of a dark comedy, would be Stripe from Gremlins. We've already seen smaller characters work with Chucky, so I'm sure they could figure something out, and I think introducing Gremlins could even have a new mechanic where you have to keep others from eating food or getting wet or something down those lines. Stripe is extremely intelligent and along with its sharp claws has used quite a few different weapons, so I think he could fit right in with the rest of the killers we have seen so far. While we did just get Ken from Tokyo Ghoul, his tendrils made me think of another character that could be interesting, and that would be Carnage from Marvel Comics. This one may seem a little out there, but his ability to create different weapons from the symbiote and even be able to climb on walls could set him apart from the other killers. Carnage's specific mechanic could maybe even be using some kind of sound frequency around the map to weaken him or keep him at bay while you work on generators. Our next two killers I'd like to think could maybe work in game are part of different video games, and starting off would be Sephiroth. At first a JRPG may seem like a weird choice, but Sephiroth is terrifying within the world of Final Fantasy VII. Sephiroth feels malicious, and even ignoring the entire wanting to destroy the world thing, just the psychological horror he put several characters through while being seemingly unstoppable should be enough to want to avoid coming across him. Though maybe his reach can make him feel broken, I'm sure they could figure out a way to make him unique in-game and also feel like he belongs at the same time. The second game rep had me thinking that I can't really think if there is actually a demon type character in game, at least not off the top of my head, so I'd like to suggest an imp from Doom. I can't see many other Doom characters working, but it is an iconic series, and seeing an imp could still be terrifying as it chases you with its sharp claws. Doom isn't horror, but I think an imp could also work well in the Dead by Daylight universe and honestly give us a new genre altogether to play with. The last killer I'm going to suggest may sound a little weird, especially compared to the other choices in the video, but I'd like to think that the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland could work well as a killer. Even if they did their own interpretation of the character, I could see her having minions on the map, sort of like Nemesis with the zombies, and hearing her say "off with their head" as she moves around the map could be scary to hear as she approaches you. Or maybe they could go an even different route and have her be able to set up minions and maybe even move them around the map to back you into corners. Or maybe that would be too strong to see in game. Overall, I think the Queen of Hearts could actually work pretty well in game and be something that would confuse the fans at first but end up fitting right in.
Squimberry juice.
I was so hungry! I didn't mean
Off with his head!
My family! Oh, please don't! No, I have little ones to look after!
Now that Dead by Daylight has opened the door to characters not related to horror movie or game, it feels like a lot more is possible and that the game could last another decade if not more. Are there any characters you want to see in game now that you never thought about before? Who do you want to see most appear in game next in general? Do you like that they are branching outside of the typical horror franchises? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe,